Okay, here we are tonight. I'm Putnut, and this is my lovely assistant, Chief Solana. She's here with me tonight, helping out. She's going to be pouring the things in there, but first, let me tell you what we're making. These are going to be hamburger buns. Not just any hamburger buns. These are going to be low-carb, delicious hamburger buns that are going to work out so well, you're going to wonder why no one else did it first. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start putting in our dry ingredients, followed by our wet ingredients into the bread machine. If you don't have a bread machine, you can use a stand mixer, or you can mix it by hand if you like, however you prefer to do it. But I have a bread machine, so I use it on the dough setting. Now, while she's doing that, she's going to put the dry ingredients in, then turn it on, and make sure that they get mixed before she adds the wet ingredients. And so while she's doing that, what I'm going to do is tell you a dumb joke. This guy walks into a bar. He's got a monkey on his shoulder. The monkey jumps off his shoulder, runs down the bar, chomps on a peanut, runs over to a table and finds another peanut, and chomps on that peanut, and then he runs over to the pool table and he grabs a cue ball, and the bartender says, "Hey, whoa, wait a minute." And too late. That monkey's already that cue ball down. And the guy goes ahead and orders his drink and tells the bartender, "Don't worry about it. I'll bring your cue ball tomorrow, all cleaned up and ready to go." So, the guy goes ahead and he has a drink, and then he goes home with his monkey. He comes back the very next day, and he brings the guy's cue ball. It's all cleaned up. When he walks up to the bar, he goes to hand the guy his cue ball back. The monkey jumps off his shoulder, runs down the bar, picks up a peanut, pulls out a tape measure and measures it. The guy says, "What is that monkey doing?" He says, "Oh, he measures everything he eats now." Not as bad as a horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Why the long face, is it?" It's one my dad used to like to tell. Last but not least, we're going to put in the butter. Now, you don't have to use butter. You can use whatever kind of oil you like. I just like butter. I don't recommend things like canola oil, soybean oil, or other bad oils like that. They're over-processed, and they're going to cause you to have problems, pain in your joints, and all that. But you could use olive oil in there if you prefer, or some other kind of oil. Now we're going to let the machine do its work, and we'll come back later as we prep them up and get them ready to go in the oven. Okay, it just got done with its first cycle. You don't want to over knead it. Same as with the hot dog bun recipe that I have. You do not want to knead it too much because you don't want them to be tough. That's the problem with a lot of the low-carb bread, is it gets a tough crust on it, and it gets tough because it gets over kneaded. And when you try to make a hot dog bun or a hamburger bun, you bite in on one side and the meat shoots out the other. So you just want to knead this enough to make it hold together and rise, but not too much. So I put it on the dough setting. When it stopped for the first time, I did not let it rise and then punch down and knead some more. The first time was enough just to make sure it's thoroughly mixed. So now what we're going to do is my lovely assistant again is going to pull out some off of it, a chunk about a little bigger than a golf ball, but not as big as a tennis ball. What you do is you just roll it up between your hands, try to get it nice and smooth. Now you can make these buns whatever size you want, bigger or smaller. And as you make them, you'll learn what size works best. But I found that about that size. And then what you do is you press it down just a little bit so that it widens out some. And then it'll rise up to the proper size. So now I'm going to help her. We're going to get these finished, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we're just finishing up the last one. She was complaining that some of them were bigger than the others, but I like big buns and I cannot lie. The other brothers can't deny. Yep. She thinks that's funny. I'm serious. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this last one set on there. Now we're going to set them in a preheated oven. It's only heated to about 150 degrees, and then I shut it off and I just let them sit in there, and they rise up and make themselves into little buns, and then we'll bake them, and when we pull them out of the oven, we'll bring them out and show them to you. So we'll see you then. Here we are, got them out of the oven, nice and fresh and hot. This is what they look like. This is after about 28, 29 minutes. They might have only needed 25. But still, they're going to be nice and soft. You can see by pushing on them, they're nice and soft. Ouch, they're still really hot though. So we'll be back in a few minutes to cut one open and show you what they look like. Okay, here we are back. It's been a few minutes, had a little bit of time to cool. I can actually touch one now. So I wanted to cut one in half, show you what they look like on the inside. Then later, we'll do the taste test. They sure feel like bread. They smell like bread. You can see there, make a nice hamburger bun. Just the right size for a burger. So let's put a burger on it and see what they're like. This is the smallest one, and it's just the right size for a burger. Now this is a bought burger that you get at Walmart and fry up, but it's just the right size. Now when I make my own homemade burgers, that's where them bigger buns come in handy, because I like a nice half-pound burger. Nice and big and thick and juicy. So we're going to try one of those out tomorrow and see how they taste. Okay, so here we are. We got the hamburgers all pattied up and ready to go out to the grill. I got a little bit of Jane's Crazy Salt on there. If you've never tried this stuff, it's fantastic, especially on chicken. Some Jane's Crazy Salt and a little bit of garlic powder on chicken. That's all you need to grill it. I love it on pretty much any kind of meat, really. So anyway, we're going to take these out and throw them in the grill, slice a little tomato and get some lettuce, and we're going to make us up a sandwich. We'll take a taste. Okay, looks like we got everything about ready to start eating. Let's make ourselves a hamburger and see how these things taste. Okay, so there we go. Hamburger bun. All the fixings on there. Tastes like a good bun. So if what you're looking for is a good hamburger bun that won't throw you over your carb limit, this is the one for you. It's nice, hearty, strong hamburger bun, but it's not too tough. You're not going to bite down on it and have the meat squeeze out the other side. Just make sure you don't over knead it, and you won't have that problem. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.